Now you should see the sheep, right? Okay. I have a feeling that this is not how it's meant to run. Maybe it is, actually. I'm not really sure. Okay. Let me try this again. Yeah, it does look interesting, and I am liking the look, definitely. I'm a little bit worried that I'm doing it a disservice by trying to play it on stream, because I think it might be running slower than it's supposed to be. I'm not really sure, though. It actually looks like it's doing pretty well, and I'm not dropping frames. So maybe this is just, it just moves like this. But it might also just be going slower. That's true. And I may have mentioned, I haven't really... So, this one is going to draw some obvious pseudo-regalia comparisons because it's a 3D platformer with a furry protagonist. But I actually have never played pseudo-regalia. I've only watched a friend play it. Yeah, definitely. No! Okay. Yeah, pseudo-regalia was definitely a platform first. Okay, I'm just gonna check and see if there are some controls. On this one. Okay. And we're gonna try one other thing here. And if it doesn't work, I'm not gonna hold it against the game, but it looks like my off-brand controller does not function with this, so we're just gonna try the XP360 just to see if that makes a difference. My Xbox 360 controller, though, has lately had a lot of issues staying connected to things for some reason. Like I just plugged it in, it flashed for a second, and now it's disconnected again. Now it's connected again. Yeah, no, we're not doing this. Okay. Yeah, we're just gonna do... I'm just gonna go over this way. The character is intentional? Okay. Looks like the direction I was going was the right one. I wonder if there's like a reason for the taking inspiration, minimalist sculpture. Okay. Okay, so I see we do have, and again, I'm not saying that I'm perfect in this regard by any means, but I really oh good. There's such a thing as accidental frustration platforming, and I have a feeling. I think I caught. I wouldn't say that I've necessarily got to that point yet. I think I've gotten to. I think there's been a little bit of stuff that might be classified that way, but I don't want to be too harsh. It's pretty easy to judge depth so far, which I feel like is pretty important if you're making a 3D game for this. I don't really know. I really don't know. I don't know the lore. I just know the I will say, for all that it is a relatively predictable jump arc, which is good, because like if you have to use it to get around effectively, if it were unpredictable, it would actually be a troll game. Like if this was like getting it over at levels of like physics nuance, it would be pretty insufferable. And I say this as guy who has never played Getting Over It. I don't know if you actually have to use it. That might not be a fair thing for me to say, but it does. Oh, now why did I go all the way back here? What was the purpose of that? Oh, hey, I can do that though. Now, but what is the point of me getting sent all the way back there? Okay. It's not really the fixed jump is actually not bad. I just the movement is slow, which feels deliberate, and everything seems to send me back to the save point. And I'm going to be very clear. I am aware that one could argue that I don't think that was intentional. I mean, honestly, like, she's really busted a move here. I respect it. I just don't know how to stop it. Okay, we're gonna load game. We're just gonna see if we can go this way. This feels like the logical way to go at this point. No, we can't go that way. Okay, I'm just gonna quickly... this way. This maybe? Oop. I hope whatever's over there isn't something I need. Okay, this feels like kind of a lot. Okay. It's actually pretty generous, easy to land. So was that. Good, good, good. We're just gonna give it a couple things to set up, though, because I don't really... Here we go. Okay. Maybe that one? I'm just trying... honestly, what I'm afraid of here is just... falling off the edge the other direction. That's the thing I'm trying to avoid doing. Am I supposed to go back that way? Am I supposed to go this way? Don't think I really understand. And I would really like there to be another checkpoint. Was I supposed to go over that way first? I'm actually, actually confused. If anybody's watching and has any ideas about where I go to ideally never have to repeat this section again, oh good. Okay, so I think the timing or the placement that you get when you biff it was not necessarily meant to be as mean as it was being to me. We're just gonna hope that this is the right way to go. Yeah, it's got to be the, like what you were saying about the hazard code or something. Man. Yeah, this feels a little bit more like Dark Souls, if that makes sense. Not that that's a bad thing. So, it would be easy to, like, really be hard on this game for, like, the amount of time that I've spent waiting for things to go so that I can try them again. But on the other hand, this is a problem that, as far as okay. I'm gonna be a little bit mad about that one. Gonna take a moment, sip some. Is your work the kind of place, Gauss, where you could like do like a leave of absence and be like, hey, I'm gonna do this thing, and it'll dovetail with like I assume you do programming of some kind at work. And you could maybe even be like, I'm going to do this thing. It's not for work, but it will dovetail with my work skills. And so I'd like to take like some extended time off to do that. What is going on with all of a sudden I can't do that jump? It's probably partly because I'm watching it on the... I keep watching it on the Twitch stream by mistake. What is going on in Discord that... Oh, okay. What a relief. Am I supposed to have a crouch ability or something? Is that what I'm supposed to have? Oh. You should definitely see if your work will let you make a game in Kabul as, like, a training thing. That would be so funny. So, I know that this game presented as being, like, more of a... more of a platformer, or more of a, I just don't have any idea where it is I'm supposed to... I do like that there seem to be multiple paths. That I can appreciate. Okay, so that... I just don't have any idea which direction to go, you know? Okay, one more shot. so glad I did not lose that falling over the edge. Okay. Oh, good. That doesn't count. It really does sound... Now that you've said that, I can't unhear it. The angry teenager shaking out the garbage. Why do I keep going all the way... Come on, man. See, I feel like that one is probably not a bug. That probably is a choice that was made of, like, this is where the respawn point needs to be. It was the wrong choice, but but I feel like it was a choice. And like, Gallus, I don't know if you played what's it called? I don't know if you played Beast in the Big Maze yet, but I made I made at least one wrong choice of that variety there. I think most of my respawn point choices were fine, but the forest was not generous enough. And I'm saying this because, again, as we've discussed, I can't influence you. It's not a thing I can do. Never. But also, it's a sort of conclusion that you might well come to on your own anyway. Oh, okay. I mean, not that my game really needs more ratings right now. I'm probably going to be okay as far as the penalty goes. Landing on the platform and then falling off the platform is probably a thing that just shouldn't happen in a game where it's already this difficult to land on the platform. Alright. So are you going to be doing streams later this week? Because, like, I would love to turn up for at least one of them if you are. My plan had been to do Saturday morning. But depending... Okay. Oh, shoot. Yeah, if I did everybody who commented on my game, it would be a lot of people at this point. I'm not sure if... I'm probably not going to get everybody who commented on mine. Because that's like... That would be a lot. And I'm not Neapolis. Who, for posterity's sake, I will say, is somebody who has rated an impressive number of entries. I'm just going to check and see... Query regarding fairness. I've been playing this game for half an hour. I have found 0 mobility abilities. How much longer do we think I need to play this before it's rateable? Because I would not like to put this much time into it and not rate it, but I also, like, am just... I already have one game that's kind of like that, and I told the dev, like, hey, let me know if you're super desperate to avoid a median penalty or something, basically. Because... Do you have anything interesting looking in your rating queue? What is going on over here? Could this please be an ability where I don't get damaged from falling in the water? That would be great. North is no longer harmed by the sea, however, it still cannot swim. Oh. That is the actual ability that I've got. Wait, do I have to go all the way back here? I have to go all the way... back through that nonsense? Okay. Yeah, so you actually don't need to play everything in your queue. You only have to play 2 of them. So if you decide, like, on principle or something that you want to play all of your queue, I would copy down which ones it is first, and then do the 2 that you want to do in the queue to get... No! I'm just going to start putting the phrase inadvertent frustration platformer on people's entries when I rate them. Okay, yeah, okay, good. Just wanted to make sure. I did the same strat when I heard that the queue would vanish, but I thought you would want to know. Okay, I might have to. I might have to be done. I don't know if I can do this much longer. And I feel kind of bad because, like, I don't want to be someone who bounces off and, like, rates it anyway, but, like, I have done the same set of jumps so many times. Again, I'm not saying I'm into this criticism. I'm saying... Yeah, I'm gonna call it here. This is a really beautiful game. I think it actually plays pretty well. Like, I know I've said some things about movement speed. I do think it could be faster. The difficulty of the platforming and the punishingness of missing a single jump is a lot. And I apologize for the comment that you're going to get from me on that. However, if it makes you feel any better, I have gotten some of those same comments on my own entry because of a particular section of the game in particular, which but I think there's a lot of potential here, and um, I really gotta. I think there's a lot of potential here, and I would say just give it more checkpoints, and maybe that power up that I got first of not being hurt by the ocean anymore just should be a baseline. I don't know that everything needs to. It just felt like everything was setting me back over and over a lot. Um, like I think for what it's there, it's pretty cool. It just needs to be refined in terms of difficulty. Um, so um, we're gonna move on from there. I'm gonna write down some very quick notes. Ends 30-ish. It might not, but yeah. If you have other thoughts, please feel free to let me know. Especially if you're able to get further than me in a reasonable time frame. I think. Okay, so that's that one. What do I have in my? I'm gonna check what I have in my Odyssey. That's one that I wanted to play. Does this one go? Is this one a downloadable? It is. I do respect people who have the ability to pay them for jam games. I don't think I am one of those people. I don't know. Maybe we'll see. Maybe the post jam for Little Beast, I'll feel okay about accepting donations for, or thinking about it. But I think I'd rather just have it up there as like a perpetual demo for the hopeful eventual Steam release, and not actually charge money for it. Oh, and Apocalypse, I'm so glad you're here. I didn't realize, were you just like watching and doing the dev thing of like trying not to comment, or did you just come in at the very end there? I'm so sorry. And again, if it makes you feel any better, the forest area of Little Beast and the Mig Maze in particular got some of that same criticism, because the spikes don't checkpoint; they actually just send you back to save. Because I was a little bit more old school in that way, and you can miss the stuff in the. It's if making this game is an indication of your skill level, you probably will struggle with this less. But people did struggle with the grabbable mushrooms in that forest. Oh, I appreciate that very much. That's really good dev practice, and better than I would be in that regard. Yeah, I've got notes. I'm not actually putting the comments on anybody's right yet, but I've got 3 that are noted so far, and then I'm going to start going on to the ones that are in my queue. Well, what do I want to put when this was ended? When does Babylon Begone end in terms of the time of the video? Ends at 2:33, I think. Let's say that. Okay. Odyssey. Odyssey begins whenever it is that I actually get stuff done. Gallus, it was fine. Like, honestly, like, if a dev wants to give me hints when I'm playing a game, that's fine. Um, yeah. The thing with level design, for what it's worth, like, I think I made a pretty straightforward entry this time, but like the very first time I entered an NBM entry that I was truly proud of, well, actually the first time it was Family Rescue Adventure, and that one was pretty straightforward in terms of where you would go, I think. But there was something in that one that it was very crucial that I forgot to that I didn't tell the player about how the mechanics worked. And the second one that I did of substance was Rest Stop 23. And we gave the player a wall jump at the start that we never explicitly told them in the game they had. So that was a problem. I've also twice forgotten to tell a player they had a pause screen and a map. So, yeah. But yeah, I mean, I think honestly, you just keep doing it, you get better at it. Just take notes, iterate, make a post jam version if you want to. If you want to do like better signposting or whatever. Yeah, I kind of just dodged I just kind of just hope for the best on the first ones that you had to avoid for the block. Okay, actually ends at 2:35. Let's say that. Okay, so now I need to start up Odyssey and make sure that that one's ready to go.